Hi everybody, it's Megan from East Cambs Children and Family Centres. I hope you're all snuggled up and I hope you're ready for this evening's bedtime story. Today I've chosen one called Lost and Found. And it's written and it's illustrated by Oliver Jeffers. I chose this book because it's got a penguin on the front. And penguins are one of my favourite animals. Have you got a favourite animal? Now let's find out who is lost and if anyone gets found. Once there was a boy, and one day he found a penguin at his door. The boy didn't know where it had come from, and it began to follow him everywhere. The penguin, he looked quite sad. And the boy thought he must be lost. So the boy decided to help the penguin find its way home. He checked in the lost and found office, but no one was missing a penguin. And he asked some birds nearby if they knew where the penguin had come from. But they just ignored him. Some birds are like that. The boy asked his duck, but the duck, he floated away because he didn't know either. So that night the boy, he couldn't sleep for disappointment and he wanted to help the penguin, but he just didn't know how. The next morning he discovered that penguins come from the South Pole. But how could he get there? He ran down to the harbour and asked a big ship to take him to the South Pole, but his voice was much too small to be heard over the ship's big horn. I don't know if you can see him, but look, he stood there. So together he and the penguin would row to the South Pole. The boy took his rowboat out of the cupboard and they tested it for size and strength. They packed everything they'd need, and together they pushed the rowboat out to sea. They rowed south for many days, and the nights with the boy telling stories all the way. The penguin, he listened to everything that the boy said. They floated through good weather, but also some bad, and the waves, they were as big as mountains. Until finally they came to the South Pole. The boy, he was so delighted, and the penguin, he still said nothing. Suddenly it looked sad again as the boy helped it out of the boat. I wonder why he's still sad. And the boy, he said goodbye and floated away. But as he looked back, the penguin, he looked sadder than ever. It felt strange to be on his own, and the more he thought, and the more he realised he'd made a big mistake. The penguin, he wasn't lost, he was just lonely. Quickly he turned the boat around and headed back to the South Pole as fast as he could. At last he reached the pole again, but where was the penguin? The boy searched and searched, but he was nowhere to be found. Can you spot the penguin? Is the boy? Uh-oh, and there's the penguin. He's on his own boat. So sadly, the boy, he set off for home. There was no point telling more stories, because there was no one to listen, except the wind and the waves. But then the boy saw something. In the water ahead of him, closer and closer he got, until he could see... Who do you think it might be? The penguin! Oh, look. And they're having a big cuddle to finish off. So the boy and his friend, they went home together. They were talking of all wonderful things on the way. That's the end of the story. That was really kind of the boy, wasn't it? He was trying to make the penguin happy, but all he needed was a nice hug and to feel not alone. Maybe you could give one of your friends a nice hug when you next see them. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you soon. Good night.